The minority in Parliament has raised concerns over the government's allocation of 1,000 Ghana cedis each to about 800,000 farmers affected by the dry spell in the northern region. They allege that the government is attempting to buy votes from the affected farmers by distributing funds that have not been approved by Parliament. The government recently announced an 8 billion Ghana cedi package to provide relief and mitigate measures for the farmers. However, the minority believes this gesture could worsen the country's economic situation, viewing it as a politically motivated move. Ni Ayikwe Okain has more.
The northern and middle belt sections of the country recently grappled with severe drought, which sparked widespread concerns about food security and the livelihoods of thousands of farmers. This was because these areas had been without rain for over 2 months, resulting in huge losses being recorded in staples such as rice, maize, millet, and granite. Now, as part of measures by the government to deal with the situation, an 8 billion Ghana cedi fund was allocated to address the challenge. However, the minority in Parliament deems this move as politically motivated to secure the votes of these farmers.
I'm reliably informed, Mr. Speaker, that this President Akufo-Addo and the MPP government intends to dole out 3,000 Ghana cedis per person and other assorted election-driven handout to about 800,000 so-called farmers in the name of drought reliefs. Mr. Speaker, it is obvious that this government has not learned any useful lessons from the misuse of the COVID-19 funds and the borrowed funds on reckless consumption-driven expenditure.
And we demand that no such decision or approval should be taken without the involvement of the members of Parliament from the North, from the affected communities, making input into determining who gets what from the Ministry of Agric and Ministry of Agriculture, including the regional and district agric offices and members of Parliament. Other than that, Mr. Speaker, it may as well be somebody wanting 800,000 votes through the back door and giving monies to farmers in the name of farming in order to lure and endure those people.
But the majority side of the House says this is a move by the government to ensure that the livelihoods of these affected farmers are improved.
We have not said anywhere that we are giving 3,000 cedis to any farmer. We have not said anywhere. In my press conferences from the beginning, I mentioned that we are going to give 1,000 Ghana cedis per farmer.
What is wrong if our farmers are getting 3,000 cedis? Farmers have lost their livelihood. Mr. Speaker, the farmers in the north have lost their livelihood. Especially the women. They've lost their millet. They've lost their maize, Mr. Speaker. And government is giving them cash. Feed. Should we watch them to die? Mr. Speaker, no. This government believes in social intervention and is supporting them. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that we should continue to support government to undertake this exercise. However, I agree to the suggestion that there should be greater transparency.
But the minority side of the House says that any such move by the government ought to be presented to the House with members of Parliament being engaged extensively to ensure the success of the intervention. Reporting for Channel One News from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okain.